when this goes well and you start making money, and truly you can see true money is coming in, and I'm actually making some cash. Here are 5 things that I want you to do immediately. Okay, now this is good, Joseph. I try the best as I can to share some of very vital information as far as the money is concerned, investing, managing it, and everything related to that. And I upload a video each and every day. So if you don't want to miss any good video of mine, go ahead and hit that subscription button, and let's get to business now. Here we are. When you start making good money, this is what you guys supposed to do. When you start making good money, there's some of the things that you need to do them immediately. And the point number 1 is just stay calm. Stay calm and unmoved. And unmoved. Are we together? Stay calm and unmoved. Why am I saying that? Have you ever seen somebody immediately after getting money, or immediately after receiving money, or in whichever the formation, they start behaving in a very weird way? You find somebody actually has a certain hype, there is a certain hike, and in that state of being hyped, in that state of being excited, that's when now the wrong decisions are made. Or should I say, this is that time when emotional decisions are made. And we discussed with you earlier and agreed that thou shalt never engage your heart whenever you're making money decisions. Always involve your brain. Think through, don't feel through. Because if you feel through, that is what. By the way, how many here can attest? You've ever find somebody saying, hey, you know what? I had some cash sometimes back. I did this, then I don't have the money, and all those kind of things. Go check out on a YouTube video. I don't know that it's still there. I had shared this before. There's some guys who were compensated on their lands. This is in Kenya, and they were given money, and those guys have never seen such kind of a money. They squandered everything, and now they are homeless. They don't have the land, they don't have the money, they don't have anything. So the moment you get money, or when you start getting money, stay calm and actually do what? Stay unmoved. That way you'll be able to make a decision when you are in composure. Number 2, remain shut. What does mean? Remain shut. Don't share. Don't share. See, another mistake that people do is the moment you realize that now you're starting making money, you start sharing. Or if you don't share directly, you let the signs speak to them that indeed you're starting making money. And the first casualty, it's you. And the first people to take advantage of that money are your family members, then your colleagues or your friends. And that's the problem. Why? You've actually alarmed too early. You press that you press that bad button too early. So what you're supposed to do is to not share that information. First, stay calm. Are we together? Second, you now remain shut. Don't share anything. Just keep quiet. The fact remains that one day they will know you have money. You see, there are 2 things that you can never hide. I'll only share one. Find out about the other one. You can't hide success. It will actually show up. And this is why we say work hard in silence, and then the success, speak for yourself. But you find people trying the best as you can to tell your family members directly or indirectly that you're making money. You go to your home, you're bragging with very, calls. It's true, some of your calls are coming in now for money. Excuse me. Now you're receiving those calls whenever you are talking about how much you're making, how you close the deal, how everything. And the fact remains that even these guys whom you're sharing this information, they would love to get that money. You can actually spur up some jealousy. That is why you're supposed to remain calm. And that's why you realize that most people who are wise and smart, when it's just making money, you ask them, they just say, I'm just trying, we're just trying here and there, here and there. But truly, you can see this guy is actually making a good cash as far as the life is concerned. So don't share anything. And sometimes I tell people, if you have kids and they are of age, don't share with them that money is in, or money has come in, or money is coming in. Just remain shut. Because you never know who is with you. Honestly, you never know who is your friend. You never know. Because the moment you get money, there's something that you lose. I don't know, you guys, you can agree with me here. The moment you get money, you start losing authentic friendship. You find a lot of people are so happy about you. That's what you think. But the reality, most are so much attracted to what you share. And that's kind of life the way it is, by the way. You find like you may not get the true friendship from people. They always have some hooks attached. It is because of what you have. It is because of your name. It is because of. So be very, very careful. They may actually do that consciously or unconsciously. Are we together? Let's go to the point number 3. The point number 3 is that improve yourself. Are we together? The moment you get money, you improve yourself. And this is a very important point, okay? This in terms of manners, in terms of skills, in terms of you level up. Start taking on what you are taking, start eating healthy, take care of your health because your health is your wealth. Start, upping up on your skills. If you have a problem with communication skills, because this money gonna open doors for you. You'll be in a panelist, you'll be invited somewhere to speak to people, to inspire people, to educate. Are we together? So to entertain, in this manner, you're supposed to work on your communication skills. You have to, for example, for those who understand and watch football, you find some players are very good and they come from a country that probably they don't speak English or they don't speak Spanish or something like that. That you are necessitated to at least learn some few words as far as that. Let's say, for example, you come from Argentina, you go play for, say, England. You have to learn some few words of English because probably after the game, and you guys, maybe you are the top scorer in that particular match or you are the man of the match, you need to say something. So the same case happens, when you get money, start upping your game, start improving your life, how you articulate, even the way you eat. The moment you sit down, how you eat, how you look at things, how you dress, how you perceive life, what you think. When I say dress, I don't mean being on suits at all the time. No, no, no. I just mean like, simple but elegant, the way you articulate issues, the way you think. Do you just talk it all? Have you ever met people who they have money, but they don't have the skills, of talking or speaking? You have you ever been invited somewhere in a seminar and this guy is wealthy and probably you're there to teach, but you find sure he has made money, but you tend to feel like he was more of lucky than he used some. Have you ever been such? If you are told to pick his money or his brain, you definitely pick his money, not his brain. There are some people whom you can be given and be like, you know what, I would pick his brain or I'll pick her brain. See, it is good to up your game. It's good to improve your lifestyle, the way you think and all those kind of things, so that at least you can be able to live in a better, decent life. Because sometimes, before I even go to the point number 4, you find like lack of these skills that I'm talking about can actually also contribute you losing your money. For example, you've gotten your money, whether it's a windfall or something like that. It is good to learn something to do with financial literacy. Get some financial advisors for you. Get some people who can organize, get some people who can solve some of your problems so that you can focus on other things. Start making systems working for you so that at least you can be able to think about other bigger things as the life progresses. All right, that's a very deep point, and actually I can deduce a lot of things out of that single point. The point number 4, this is none other than don't rush to upgrade your lifestyle. Right? Don't rush to upgrade your lifestyle. Don't rush to upgrade your lifestyle. Okay, when I say to upgrade, yeah, don't rush to upgrade your lifestyle. You find somebody, immediately you start seeing signs of X amount of money. It depends. When I say more money, or when you start becoming wealthy or something like it, it depends. I mean, these figures differ from one person to the other. There's some individual, you tell them if they start making 70,000 Kenya shilling today, they are good to go. There's someone who tell them if they start making $1 million, it's a good money. It all depends with what is your figure, what is much to you. And then the moment you get that money, you're barely in the second month of getting that cash. Now you start saying, now everything, you start upgrading your lifestyle too fast. You start showing your people that now your lifestyle has changed. You change where you live, you go to different suburbs, even you take your kids to different places, and even the dust has not even settled. Take your time. Just don't upgrade your lifestyle too fast. You never know. Just take your time. The only way I always tell people to upgrade their lifestyle is when they ensure, and probably that's the point number 5. Okay? Let me just put the point number 5 so that I can discuss the 2 points at the same time. Okay? Ultimately, upgrade your lifestyle. Upgrade your lifestyle. What do I mean by that? First of all, let's discuss this so that this can make sense. Don't rush to upgrade your lifestyle. What you're supposed to do once you get the cash is to make sure that you can be able to understand. The point that I always tell people is that at all the time, make sure that you can be able to stretch the ownership of that money. It is still your. How can I see? You have 1 million, you have 10, you have 20, you have whatever you have. Okay, how can that money be yours tomorrow, the other day, the next year, the 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from today? Are we together? So not until you ensure that the money that you have it is actually has, the point is, the moment you get money, you're supposed to how now go to the next level of now making the money now, the one that is actually making money for you now becomes the other way around. So what you're supposed to do, instead of you rushing to upgrade your lifestyle, make sure that you've invested your cash. You understand some skills in terms of financial management. And now the returns that you get from that money that you've invested, now those are the returns now should upgrade your lifestyle. That is not what you buy the luxuries with. You find somebody has gotten 2 million. You find that person with that 2 million, he doesn't even have a consistent income, but the guy has 2 million. So he makes a decision of very big. You change where you live, you buy yourself a car, you with just the money in the bank, but there is no proved consistency. Are we together? This is what I always tell people. This may be deep and most people may not get it. But let's say you have this 2 million. If you had an option of investing this money, okay, this money has capability of giving you 20,000 each and every month out of the 2 million. Now, do you know living by the 20,000 per month rather than consuming the 2 million is far much wiser? Why? Because that thing that is giving you 20,000, it is still, as long as the 2 million is invested, you are assured of 20,000 each and every month. So if you can keep on adding this basket, keep on fattening this cow to a point whereby you're getting more money, then you live by this what is created. That what you've invested, it is still there. So even if you purchase anything here, you're still gonna have that money. And that's why you find some of the wealthy people, they tell you, a loaf of bread will cost the same as maybe, let's say, a car. Why? Probably you may feel like, okay, these guys are being rude. How can a loaf of bread cost the same as a car? Why? Because for you usually buy with the money that you've traded your time. So the time is not there, okay, but you have the money. Then you use the money. Guess what? You don't have the money and don't have the time. But for them, they still have something that is still giving them. So even if you use this money anyhowly, you still have the money coming in without you being involved. Now, until now you reach those levels, that's why now you upgrade your life and then you go to the next level. Because there's nothing worse to show people that you've changed and upgraded your life. Then things go south, then you go back to where you are. It's the most shameful thing, and God forbid, okay? I wish I didn't even say that, but that is the worst thing. And that's why you find sometimes it depends when you're creating wealth. There are some levels when you're creating wealth. At the entry level of creation of wealth, most of the people usually fear to go back to the poverty if you've ever tasted poverty. And then you go to the next level, okay? And then you go to the next level to a point where by now you feel like, you know what, I don't think I'll ever go back to poverty based on the system that I've already created. And not only that, the intelligence, the wisdom, the experience that you have, you can always, be able to go back and create yourself something out of it. It is not the best thing that you can ever experience in life, but the thing is, you've actually grown through. And this is the difference between somebody who wins a lottery of 1 million and someone creating 1 million. Those are two different mindsets, because one has actually been given that money instantly and someone else has actually accumulated that cash throughout the time. So the second person who have accumulated that cash throughout the time has actually grew experience of that about money. And that's why you find there is a difference between being a millionaire and having a million. Those are two different people, okay? Anyway, guys, those are 5 points, or those are 5 things that you're supposed to do when good money, or when you start making good money, okay? This is Good Joseph. And I pray that bad things never happen to you. And always make sure that you follow what I tell you. And also, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you leave a comment on the comment section. And see the next one. And by the way, don't forget, this is my number in case you need my services in one way or the other. See ya.